For anoche.
Oh, man, you're amazing. All right.
Maya dada.
When I was little, my mother had a rule. If you did something wrong but told the truth about it, you wouldn't get in trouble. For me, it wasn't always easy to tell the truth, especially when there was no way my parents could find out what I had done unless I told them. I felt like if I told my mother, there was a 50% chance that I would get punished, but if I kept it to myself, there was a 100% chance I would get away with it. So I kept my mouth shut about the stuff that I did wrong. But my sister did the opposite. My little sister. She would always open up whenever she was naughty, and my mother would always keep her word and let my sister off the hook with almost no punishment. One day when my mother was out, I nipped out to my friend's house to watch movies, even though my mom had asked me to stay in and do my homework. I knew exactly when my mom would return from Bible class, so I knew exactly what time to be home by. Now, on my way home, I saw the local campus gossip driving past me. Now, as soon as I saw her car, I knew she would tell my mother the next day that I had been out. To leave me in no doubt that she had seen me, she actually stopped and asked me about my mother. I knew I was dead meat. So I decided to try out my mom's honesty policy and see if it got me off the hook. So as soon as she stepped through the door, I spilled my guts out to my mom, telling her how I had been bored and decided to go to my friend's house for a while before doing my homework. I finished off by saying I was sorry, but to my surprise, my mother went to the closet and took out the dreaded cane. That day, I got the thrashing of a lifetime. Now, later, when I was back in my mother's good books, I went up to her and asked, "So, Mommy, why did I get caned even though I owned up and was honest like you told us to be?" She said, "Kojo, I met Auntie Emilia on my way home. She told me she had seen you. So I knew you only owned up because you expected her to tell me. And that is not honesty, Kojo. That's not what I'm trying to teach you. An honest man tells the truth not because he has to, but because he wants to." Now, today people don't tell the truth at all unless they absolutely have to. Actually, it's more pervasive than that. We don't admit the truth to each other about anything. Wives don't know how much husbands earn. Husbands don't know which of their kids are actually theirs. Parents don't know what their kids get up to in school. Kids don't know that what their parents went through when they were the same age as them, breaking the same rules and going through the same troubles. Bosses lie to their staff about company finances. Religious leaders lie to their congregation about the scriptures. Governments lie to the people about the economy. Doctors lie to patients. Workmen lie to customers. The police lie. The press lie. Chiefs lie. Even presidents lie. And these days, it's not just politicians who are able to stand in front of the world and utter barefaced falsehood. Journalists are at it too. I mean, how can, do you remember when two journalists went through the same experience and gave two opposite accounts of it? Anyway, why do they do it though? That's the question. And the answer is simple: because they can get away with it. We all keep things from each other and create this web of deceit between us that covers up reality and forces young people to grow up with absolutely no concept of what happens in the real world. All because we seem to be set to lie by default until we are forced to tell the truth. What my mother told me that day was the beginning of a certain enhancement of my understanding, which has gone a long way to shape who I am today. And I'm trying to teach the same thing to my son, that telling the truth is not a strategy, but a way of life. Not so long ago, a celebrity, a leader, a political aspirant seeking a position of public trust, decided to conceal the truth about how exposed he and his father had been to the novel coronavirus. And this dishonesty put people's lives in danger. Those people included some of my colleagues here at Multimedia. An entire A&E unit was shut down and 20 of our much-needed frontline workers were quarantined because of those lies. Anyway, look, the question is it too late? Is honesty dead? Do we have what it takes to bring it back? I don't know. Maybe not. But perhaps the question is too big for any one of us to answer. But the truth is that we really have to make it our life's mission. It'll cost us, but it will benefit the world. As with all our improvements, change is necessary. And this change is not up to the government or to our leaders or to the system. It's up to us. My name is Kojo Yankson, and honesty will only return to our society one person at a time, starting with you. So, what are you going to do about it? Good morning, Ghana.
It's 6 o'clock on the first day of